Hi, everyone. By now, all of you know that we've canceled our worship services here at Dadeville First United Methodist Church. And I wanted to come to you today and just talk to you a little bit about what's going on. This COVID 19 virus has been something new, relatively new to all of us. Many of us have gone through flu seasons, and as a nurse, I have practiced during a time when we were very fearful of many outbreaks and pandemics. But this seems to be different. It's a very challenging time, not only in the healthcare industry, but also just in everyday life. And many of you have questions. Many of you have questions that need to be answered in your mind for your faith. And I just wanted to say to you today that everything's going to be okay. I believe that things will be okay. I know we have questions about when will this be over? Will we go back to normal soon? Will this be a 2-week process, a 3-week process, or 6 months process? I believe that and trust that we need to take the precautions that we do. The healthcare officials have told us what needs to happen, and we need to cooperate with that. I think it's something that biblically I look at it as I look at the scriptures. I look from Proverbs 22, and it says, where a prudent person foresees the danger ahead and takes precautions, the simpleton goes blindly and suffers the consequences. That's what happens if we don't listen to reason, if we don't understand. And many of you have questions. Is this a time for the church to be a martyr? Is this time for us to stand up and show our faith? I don't think God needs for us to be tested in our faith during this time to give glory unto Him. I believe that God is calling us to open our eyes to see the opportunities that lay before us right now. We have opportunities to continue to be the church. We are the church. We're the body of Christ. And when God gives us these opportunities, I don't believe that He is the one that puts this trauma upon us that causes us to suffer. I know that God of love. I know the God of love that will do all kinds of things, that will go to desperate lengths to be in relationship with us. He'll pursue us and woo us, and He'll follow us and bless us just so that we will come back in a relationship with Him. So this is not a God that wants to test us during this time. But I think like Mordecai admonished Esther and told her that who knows whether you have not attained royalty for such a time as this. For such a time as this, God may have given us this opportunity so that we can be the body, that we can be the church that goes beyond just buildings and worship places and spaces. God gives us an opportunity where we can love one another and truly show, even in times of chaos and even in times when we don't have great wisdom imparted to us, we can still love each other. We can still reach out to each other, care for each other. I see a lot of people still going to the grocery stores and going out to places to eat, and I'm bothered by that. I think we should do no harm, even if we that are healthy, we that who believe that God will take care of us. We need to practice humility. We need to practice that humility that makes us great, that makes us stronger in the body of Christ, to do no harm to others. We don't want to bring that illness back and unknowingly pass it on to all of our friends and neighbors. So this is a good time to practice the social distancing that they talk about and help us to flatten that curve. We'll get beyond this. Greater days are coming, and I know that soon we will be back in our worship spaces and we will lift up our voices in praise to a mighty and loving God. But right now is the time to do what we can for each other, to encourage one another, to build each other up, to strengthen the body of Christ. Even in times of great sickness, we can be made strong. We can be made strong by our efforts to love one another, our efforts to care for one another. Because when we have done this unto the least of our brothers and sisters, we have done it unto the Lord. So go forth and be the church. Go forth and love one another and find opportunities, new ways. See new opportunities. Seize that moment where you can show others love of Christ. I hope that in the days coming, you'll be able to see sermons and other things from me as we learn this new normal. I don't think life will ever be truly normal again. But you know what? God didn't call Christians to be normal. We're called to walk in the supernatural. We're called to be different, to be transformed. Transformed not by ourselves, but transformed by God. Transformed by His power and His love, His mercy, His grace. So be transformed and know that this will pass. This will pass. We might not go back to the same ways of doing things that we've always done, but that'll be okay. Because God will show us a new way. God will show us a new way to be the children of God. God will show us new ways so that we can triumph and walk in victory and give honor and praise and glory unto Him. Thank you.